Talk, shop, pop, movies.
Ahoy there, this is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile, and if you're a convicted cinephile yourself, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. On my channel, I'd like to talk, shop, and pop open, that is, movies and physical media. And today I'm going to go over the Critics' Choice Awards nominees. This is honestly the second time I've recorded this video. The first time I did it on StreamYard and then downloaded it and it went stupid and I don't know what happened and now we got to do it again. So before I went over the LA Film Critics winners in that video too, but I'm going to skip that and just get to the Critics' Choice Awards winners. So I saw already that Barbie is the new record-breaking nominee with 18 ridiculous nominations. That's absurd, even for a good movie like Barbie, which I enjoyed. So if it gets every nomination it possibly can from those 18 translated into an Oscar nomination, it could tie or potentially break the all-time Oscar nomination record with 15, which would be stupid. But I'm just going to get into these as quickly as I can because I wanted to be done with this already. So, stupid computers. Let's go to Best Picture. The nominees are American Fiction, Barbie, The Color Purple, Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and Saltburn. A recurring thing with these nominations, since I already went through them once, is that you will see that there's basically no nominations for Anatomy of a Fall or Zone of Interest in any other category outside of international film, which is lame. The Golden Globes seem to be a much more international loving body than the Critics' Choice is nowadays. Critics' Choice, their curse is that they just try to predict what gets nominated at the Oscars. Best Actor, the 6 nominees, there's 6 in all these categories, is Bradley Cooper, Leo DiCaprio for for Maestro, Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Leo DiCaprio for Killers of the Flower Moon, Coleman Domingo for Rustin, Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, and Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. It seems as of this moment that the Oscar 5 will come out of those 6. Kind of goes for all these categories because, like I said, they're not trying to be creative and go their own way, or God forbid, pick things that the critics groups outside of them actually choose. They just want to try to guess what the Oscars are going to nominate. Best Actress is Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon, Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall, Greta Lee for Past Lives, Carey Mulligan for Maestro, Margot Robbie for Barbie, and Emma Stone for Poor Things. The Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall nomination is one of few nominations for any international film outside of that category. Supporting Actor is essentially the Golden Globe 6 if you swap out Willem Dafoe for Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction, which is cool seeing someone else in there. So what seems to be the obvious 5 already is Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, Charles Melton for May December, and Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. Best Supporting Actress is Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer. This might finally be her year. Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple, America Ferrera for Barbie, which is a cool addition. I like that. I don't know if she'll make the final Oscar 5, but I like that she got in somewhere at least. Jodie Foster for Nyad, Julianne Moore for May December, and Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. Best Young Actor and Actress, the nominees are Abby Ryder Forston for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, Ariana Greenblatt for Barbie, Kala Lane for Wonka, Milo Mikado Grainer for Anatomy of a Fall, so there's another interesting nomination for Anatomy of a Fall. I like that. Dominic Sessa for The Holdovers, who could get into supporting actor any other year, but this one it seems like. This year seems to be already set who the nominees are going to be, unless Holdovers just takes over the world. And then Madeline Yuna Avoyles for The Creator, which I still need to see. I think it's on my Voodoo list, or Voodoo app I share with my friends, so I'll have to watch it sometime soon. All right, Best Acting Ensemble, we have Air, which is a good pick there, for Barbie, Color Purple, Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Oppenheimer. I have no complaints with those. Oppenheimer, I love seeing in the ensemble because there's like 1,000 actors in that movie, and most of them have like 1 scene or 2 scenes, but they all do like an immaculate job where they are in that movie, especially David Krumholtz. Props to David Krumholtz in that one. Best Director, the nominees are Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Greta Gerwig for Barbie, Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Alexander Payne for The Holdovers, and Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon. So, like I said, these six minus Alexander Payne swap out for Celine Song match the Golden Globes essentially. So, do we have our top five for director for the Oscars? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. There's no international feature director here for Anatomy of a Fall or Zone of Interest, which is interesting. So if we take these six plus those two international directors and then Celine Song, I think our five are going to come out of those nine for the Oscars. Best Original Screenplay is Sammy Birch for May December, Alex Convery for Air, Bradley Cooper and Josh Singer for Maestro, Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach for Barbie. So at least as far as the Critics' Choice goes, Barbie is an original screenplay. I don't know if the Oscars have decided where they want to put it. We'll find out. David Hemmingson for The Holdovers, and Celine Song did get in here for Past Lives. I think May, December, and Air are the ones that are on the bubble. Otherwise, the other four seem to be sure things. Best Adapted Screenplay, we have Kelly Freeman Craig for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Nice to see you get nominated somewhere, but I doubt it's going to make the final five. Just me, but, I could be wrong. I often am. Andrew Haig for All of Us Strangers, Cord Jefferson for American Fiction, Tony McNamara for Poor Things, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Eric Roth and Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon are there for Adapted Screenplay. Adapted. Is that weird? If Barbie does end up an adapted screenplay, that'll make it a little more interesting, that's for sure. Best Cinematography, one of my favorite categories. We have Matthew Libatique for Maestro, Rodrigo Prieto for two nominations for Barbie and Killers of the Flower Moon. He won at, I want to say, NBR for those films, and he was the runner-up at the LA Film Critics, which I did in my first video that has vanished off the face of the earth. So maybe I'll be able to salvage just that piece and make a separate video out of it. Robbie Ryan for Poor Things, Linus Sandgren for Saltburn, and Hoyt van Hoytema for Oppenheimer, who I am personally rooting for, at least out of what I've seen. Best Production Design, we have Saltburn, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Barbie, Poor Things, and Asteroid City gets into the one category it actually has a chance to at the Oscars, but with the competition as pretty decent as it is, and that being the only thing Asteroid City has a chance to get, I don't know if it's going to happen. Best Editing, we have Air, solid pick for Air. It's definitely one of those most edited movies as opposed to best edited movies, but it's not badly edited by any means. Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Maestro. Best Costume Design, we have Barbie, Wonka, The Color Purple, Poor Things, and Killers of the Flower Moon. And Napoleon gets in for something for costumes. Best Hair and Makeup, we have Barbie, The Color Purple, Maestro, Oppenheimer, which is an interesting choice, I like it, Poor Things, and Priscilla for makeup and hair. Visual effects, we have The Creator, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Oppenheimer, which cannot get in at the Oscars, remind you, Poor Things, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse gets in for visual effects, which I really hope happens at the Oscars. So if you take out Oppenheimer, that could be the Oscar 5 right there, because the other 5 of them were in the 20 long-listed films. Best Comedy Film, not as important, so I'll blow through these. It's just an extra nomination for some of these. American Fiction, Barbie, Bottoms, Holdovers, No Hard Feelings, and Poor Things. Solid nominees, not going to complain about what they are, but half of these are Best Picture nominees already anyways, more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So almost defeats the purpose of the category. Best Animated Feature, we have Boy and the Heron. The only thing that will beat Spider-Man this year is Boy and the Heron, in my opinion. If it does, it's the only one that can. Elemental, Nimona, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, thank God, came back after being snubbed at the Globes, and Wish keeps getting nominated. Foreign language film, we have Anatomy of a Fall, Godzilla -1 got in there, that is awesome. Perfect Days, Society of the Snow, The Taste of Things and Perfect Days missed at Golden Globes. They were the kind of surprise snubs in this category. And The Zone of Interest, not surprisingly, got in here. Zone of Interest won Best Director and Picture at the LA Film Critics, which you would know if my video didn't get corrupted somehow and I had to re-record this. But there you go, I told you anyways. Good for Zone of Interest, it's getting in there. Best Song, we have 6 nominees again. Dance the Night from Barbie, I'm Just Ken from Barbie, Peaches from Mario Brothers, Road to Freedom from Rustin, Wish from Wish, though This Wish is the name of the song, from Wish, and What Was I Made For from Barbie. So only 2 of these Barbie songs can get in at the Oscars. I think it's going to be I'm Just Ken, What Was I Made For. It looks like Road to Freedom and hopefully Peaches gets in at the Oscars. That would be hilarious. And yeah, who knows? With weak songs and no third Barbie song being eligible, that just helps Peaches get in there. That's all I'm saying. Best score, Jerskin Fendrix. I want to say Fredericks. Fendrix for Poor Things. Michael Giacchino for Society of the Snow. I did not know he did that score. That is awesome. He's great. Looking forward to that one on Netflix eventually. Ludwig Göransson for Oppenheimer. Daniel Pemberton for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I'm so happy he seems to be getting in for that one. Robbie Robertson for Killers of the Flower Moon. And Mark Ronson and Andrew Wyatt for Barbie. Barbie also, I want to say it won or was the runner-up at the LA Film Critics for Best Score. I don't remember the score in Barbie, but, I trust him. I guess I'll watch it again and listen to it. Let's go nominations by film. I'm just going to look at the biggest ones here. Barbie got the whopping 18 nominations. That is ridiculous. If you take away the ones that are not Oscar categories like ensemble, young actor, actress, and comedy, that leaves 15. And it only has 3 songs. So it can actually, if it translates perfectly, including America Ferrera, into Oscar categories and one less song, it will match the 14 nominations. That would be ridiculous if Barbie somehow tied the record for Oscar nominations. What else got Best Picture? American Fiction got 5 nominations. Killers of the Flower Moon got 12, and all 12 of them, minus ensemble, are Oscar categories. So there's 11 Oscar nominations possible right there, without sound and or anything like that. Maestro got 8. Oppenheimer got 13, minus the visual effects it cannot get, and the ensemble. So there's 11 categories of the Oscars it could get, and it is definitely going to be getting in and probably win Best Sound. So bump that back up to 12, I'd say, for Oppenheimer. Past Lives got 3, which isn't great, but it got the 3 it needed. Poor Things got 13, so if you take away comedy, and is that the only one that got? Didn't get ensemble, right? Which is kind of surprising. Yep. So if you take away comedy, that is 12 actual Oscar categories. Saltburn only got 3 with Best Picture, Cinematography, and Production Design. Color Purple got 5. 4 if you take away the Best Ensemble for Oscar categories. Holdovers got 8, which is technically 5 if you take away the non-Oscar categories, but Dominic Sessa theoretically could get into supporting actor, so you could call it 6. And I want to say that's it, unless I somehow missed one. For all the Best Picture Movies nomination hauls here. Yeah, sorry this video took longer than I was hoping, so I rushed through it this time. But I wanted to get something out today before nobody gave a shit. So once again, my name is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Fuck, shop, pop, movies.